Welcome to this monthly social listening update from the Center for Analytics and Behavioral Change. This update focuses on online conversations about immigrants in South Africa, and it is for the month of July 2024. It's the fourth such fact sheet in this series. When it comes to the conversation volume in July, the data related to xenophobia showed that there were approximately 485,798 mentions from 104,804 unique authors. This indicates a 9% increase when compared to June 2024. In addition, there were 548,800 retweets, resulting in a retweet rate of 113%. This high retweet rate can be attributed to content relating to Miss South Africa contestant Chidima Adetshina, and the content went viral. Here in topical events, a photo of Chidima Adetshina, and the online conversation about her was very divided. The division is around her nationality. She is thought not to be South African, and this comes after the Department of Home Affairs did a investigation on the request of the Miss South Africa conveners and also her own family, and it was found by the Department of Home Affairs that there could have been fraud and identity theft committed when her birth certificate was registered, potentially by her mother. Her father is Nigerian, and her mother, who was originally thought to be South African but from Mozambique, may have committed this identity theft in the process of how she registered her daughter, who was an infant at the time, and so the Department of Home Affairs said she could not have been involved in doing that, committing that crime. Then we come to the second tweet that's on this page, and this is a defaced image of Leon Schreiber, who was made the Department of Home Affairs Minister. This is after the national and provincial elections have taken place and the cabinet was announced, and there has been a significant amount of online hatred that's been directed towards him around this issue of immigrants. The trending hashtags for the month were hashtag put South Africans first in the first position, followed by hashtag Operation Dudula, and then followed by hashtag Ons Baizani. Now these hashtags stand out as being largely related to political content, with Operation Dudula being the hashtag of a now registered political party, and hashtag Ons Baizani being the strapline of the Patriotic Alliance. In terms of the conversation under the top hashtag, hashtag Put South Africans First, what stood out was that the posters who were speaking about this wanted South Africans to be prioritized in a range of ways, including in terms of when it comes to jobs and service delivery. There was also a fair amount of discussion about crimes committed by immigrants, but what is concerning about the conversation is that it veers towards disinformation when it is put across that the majority of crimes are being committed by immigrants. However, the crime statistics and our research shows that this is not the case. Here, the top reach content the highest reach X post in number 1 position is this post that contains a altered picture of President Donald Trump, or former President Donald Trump, and it contains a range of references to crimes committed by immigrants, and with the exclamation, "Then people call us xenophobic," with a broken heart. And this is a common sort of narrative in the conversation, that there's almost an extent to which the crimes being committed by immigrants are being ignored by authorities. In the second place is a tweet that is around the Miss South Africa contest, and here it is around the nationality of Chidima Adetshina, as mentioned earlier. In the third place is another crime-related tweet, and the tweeter says that South Africans are not angry enough, and this is referring to an incident in which an Ethiopian spaza shop owner raped allegedly a 7-year-old girl in Diepsloot. When it comes to the authors, in the most mentioned X posters category, the top most mentioned handle is the handle Ons Baizani, followed by the handle of Gayton Mackenzie, that of Leon Schreiber, then Africa Fact Zone, Home Affairs official handle, Patriotic Media, and then the official Miss South Africa handle, and influencer Chris Excel, our DA coming in the top 10, and also the EFF official handle. The most quantity X posters. Here, what stands out when compared to the most mentioned, which were mostly political leaders or their parties' handles, is that these handles, a lot of them are anonymous handles where the poster's name isn't necessarily revealed, and so the content that is xenophobic is potentially they're hiding behind these assumed names. As far as recommendations go, we recommend that civil society organizations, campaigns, and the media do fact-checking, and this is to counter mis and disinformation about immigrants, that we challenge xenophobic posts respectfully and calmly to counter harmful stereotypes, that there is reporting of hate speech, so there are social media reporting tools like Rail 411 that can be used to flag xenophobic content, as well as the social media platform's own tools for reporting such content, including hate speech. Then that we support anti-xenophobic organizations by amplifying their messages and engaging with their initiatives. And coming to the last recommendations, develop educational campaigns to raise awareness about the impact of xenophobic fear and promote empathy towards immigrants. And then finally, to engage with policymakers to advocate for the enforcement of legislation that combats online hate speech. Thank you for listening to this update, and we'll be back with more next month.